Good morning. It's Friday. I think yesterday it got up to 83 degrees and sunshine here in North Alabama. Got up this morning. It's my day off, Friday. Wife's gone. Thought I might get some riding in today, but I just don't think it's going to happen. It's raining pretty good right now, 50 degrees. I had one of the commenters, I think he's from Denmark. I'm sure he was from Denmark. And he said, I ought to do a walk around on the bike, and I've done some. Some of them probably say, I'm tired of looking at that motorcycle. But it's something to do, and if somebody's wanting to see it, I can give it to them as content. Other people might want to see it. Some people might not. But what this is, I'm going to show features of this motorcycle and what it's got. This is a 1998 1500 Goldwing SE. I've got about that 87,750 so miles. I had it when I think it had 37,000 miles, 34,000 miles when I got it. It's been took pretty good care of. I've talked about my hydrographics that I put there. That's $100 bills. Pretty neat. I'll go over that just real quick. Alright, I'll show you some of the features on this thing. When you get them, if Cadillac made a motorcycle, this one would be it. I'm going to turn my switch on and show you something. Let me turn that off. Alright, you see right here, that's actually my air shocks. And I push this check button and I go increase or decrease. See that 48? I got 48 pounds of air pressure. And this motorcycle is sitting on the center stand with no weight. If I was to pull it off and I'm sitting on the tire, that's going to show probably 60, 70 pound air pressure. And it's hard to get accurate because I'm about 230. Well, if somebody else gets on the way 175, 180 pounds, it's going to have a different air pressure. It's all according on what you want to ride, but if you want it accurate, you need to get it on the center stand and do your air shock. See, you watch that 48 change. I'm increasing it. And one reason you do it with no weight, it's got a real small air compressor on it. You hate to be picking up a 900 or so pound bike with whatever weight you got in your trunk or whatnot to give weight. Let me get off this thing. I'll show you some neat stuff. Okay, most people say, well, what are all these knobs? This knob right here, I turn it this way, turn it that way. That actually makes my headlights go. Like if I'm going down the road and I want the headlight to go way ahead or down towards the ground, that's what I do. I can sit there and just adjust that. I can adjust that right there and it'll do it. Hit my garage door. I hate my crazy dog. We're having the storms. And I got a dog come in. Won't let me do nothing. Okay, back to this right here. Like I say, that right there, that controls your light up and down on hot days or cool days. I think this vent right here will blow out cool air on your legs. It comes straight through the vent, comes through right there. And down here, it's closer to the motor. You close this one off in the wintertime. You turn this one on in the wintertime, and the wind blows over that hot motor and comes out. And of course, your leg's going to be right here and it'll blow that heat on you. But I usually just keep them closed off. It ain't too bad. Oh, to show you get a little bit more, you got more vents right there. That vent on the front lets that wind go through there, and that helps you cool off. Then you got this right here that opens and closes. Unless it's just super hot, I keep that thing closed because I'll tell you a little secret and nobody knows. I do a windshield so I don't want the wind beating down on me. I don't want the bugs hitting me in the teeth. But when you got that thing open and you hit a pretty good sized bug, you get splattered. It just disintegrates the bug, and you know where it goes. It's going to go right on you. But I'll show you something else with these bikes. Okay. You see this little thing right here? It opens and closes. All right. Let's see if I can get it right. See it close? That's summertime ride. If you're gonna ride wintertime, mine's a little stiff, need to oil it. It'll spring open and it blows heat from the bottom of the motor. When you got your foot on the foot pegs, that heat comes right up there and hits your britches legs, goes up and keeps you warm. It's a Cadillac of a motorcycle. And some people might not want them. I got a GPS. I kind of like to get lost and then hit home and just let it get me back, because then I never know what I might go through. And then I leave it on, so if I pass the road and I was to break down, if you call somebody, they'll say, well, what part of the road you on? You can say, well, I just passed such and such road. So that's a lot why I got there. And then something else, I've kind of modernized this thing. I got a power supply there. But I got this neat little thing. If you got an old car, hear that ring? All right, you hook that thing into a power supply, and it Bluetooths the music off of this phone or whatever device I got on me. Bluetooths it to that, and I set this on, I've got it on 87.5. Well, there's no radio station around here on 87.5. I might have changed it somewhere else, but not around here. Well, then I just get my radio and turn it over to 87.5, and I've actually got my own FM station. I just, whatever music go through here, I can hit this and skip the buttons and whatnot. But that's getting off on what the bike's got. They wanted to walk around. That right there, you can't, any car, whatever you're doing, you need a dash camera on it. That, anytime this motorcycle rolls, I've got that dash camera. I got that little pad so it don't show up on my camera, but I don't want it to beat on my windshield, and it gives it a little bit softer ride. But this thing is a 1500, and if I'm not mistaken how they describe it, it's a boxer engine. The pistons on this thing go side to side on this side to side on that side, and it's a 6-cylinder. And I'll show you some neat stuff. I might have all kind of junk in my box here. All right, that's my trunk. People worry about the tags. People don't find where they live, they can find me. See that little metal hook right there? Right there? All right, I'll push it up. What you do is if you stop somewhere, you get your helmet and put your D-ring of your helmet on there. And then you push it up and lock it. Then you got this right here if you want to release it. You hit that. Yep. It pop loose. Somebody wants your helmet, they're going to get it off. That's a good place to hang it where somebody can just reach and grab it. And it's got it on both sides. All right. One more thing I think's real neat on this motorcycle. I don't think nobody out there makes a motorcycle that does this. All right. Well, my little Grumman's come out. All right, you know, I had that little air compressor that I told you that aired up the suspension. Well, this is hooked up to that suspension. and that little air compressor. Now, see this here? That's an 8-foot air hose that screws on to that. Well, I can go around and hook it to any one of my tires. It'll reach to, if I got my motorcycle trailer hooked up behind here, it'll reach those tires. It will air up to, I think, 75 pounds, but it's going to be slow. But if you need air, this motorcycle, I keep that there. I think I paid 12, 15 bucks or something like that, and it's brand new. And I've had to use it. We run over a nail, and I can't think. Just before we got Daytona Beach, Florida, we hit a nail, and no gas station had air. You know how it is nowadays. Well, when we was getting ready for a trip, I told my wife, I said, go ahead and get me one of those things. We might not ever use them, but it's not like 8, 12 bucks, whatever it was. I said it'll be worth it. And that one time would have been worth it because our tire was just had enough air to get across the street to a gas station that didn't have any air. So we got that to air us up. Well, that's one of the pretty neat things about it. Thing's got dual exhaust. Anybody, you don't know a whole lot about motorcycles, that's a gremlin bell. I'll show you, I got another one. I got another one right there. It's supposed to keep the gremlins away. It's supposed to keep you from having breakdowns, wrecks, just whatever. Gremlins throwing monkey wrenches into the works and causing you to break down. And among bikers, that's a good luck. But you're really not supposed to go buy yourself one. If you want one, tell a friend, your wife, husband, daughter, whoever. You want something, get you for Christmas, get them a gremlin bell to put on your motorcycle because it's supposed to come from somebody else. If it's not but you and your buddy, you buy one, him buy the other one, and y'all swap each other's bells because you're kind of keeping an eye out on each other and good luck charms. Well, one more thing this bike has. When my dad first got that trike there, I was telling, he said, well, it rides rough. And I said, well, you need to adjust air shocks. He said, air shocks? And I said, yeah. Well, of course, I just explained to y'all about the air shocks. As soon as he done that just blew his mind. Well, then I said, have you noticed it's not got a CB? No, I didn't know it had a CB. Well, I don't use the CB, but the CB works. You get it. When it come factory, it had these right here, and you hook the cord from there to your helmets, and you and your rider could talk. You could talk to other people, and you could talk with this CB. Well, CBs are a little out of date unless you're in a semi truck. And one more thing, I am a little bit of a black sheep. That right there, you'll see that a lot. Got it on my truck, got it on my camper. Me and my wife have a tattoo. That's kissing dragons. We got it years ago. And I'll stop this thing shortly right here. I know y'all you've seen the mud flap girls on the back of these semi trucks. I got the fat mud flap guy on this exhaust and the sexy mud flap girl on this side. They're reflections. They're not on my pipes. I put them on the bottom of my saddlebags. And this only Goldwings I know you can do that to is if you swapped out the exhaust. But from 98, 99, 2000, they have those flat exhaust pipes. And I found that by accident. Washing it, and I was trying to get some water off the exhaust tips. And I kept wiping, it wouldn't come off. And I realized it was a big drop up under here. And as soon as I seen it, I said, man, I could put the right stickers on there, and that'd be pretty cool. See, you can walk by, and you see those stickers. And one more thing. I used to have a horse named Buck. If you'll get on her channel and look through, my wife's got a horse named Ace. He's like a big old baby is all he is now. We've kind of retired him ever since we got this motorcycle. We quit riding. But I had an old stud horse. I said, when he dies, I've had him so long, I said, I'm going to have a tomb rock. Well, I didn't have a tomb rock. I had him buried out here. But I bought that at a horse sale back when I was riding horses. I've had that thing at least 22, 25 years. And when I got this motorcycle out, I happened to find that thing. And I said, well, I ain't got a tomb rock for Buck. But I'm going to put that on the back of this because I went from riding one horse to another horse, I guess. But I didn't get him a tomb rock, but I got something. I can't hardly get on a motorcycle. Go back there and I start remember old Buck. Well, hope anybody got some use out of this. That right there is a good American flag. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the Gadsden flag. Y'all look that up. Well, I sure hope I'm not boring you to death, and sure hope some of you that wanted to know about a 1998 1500 SE, I told them a few features. Oh, and I forgot to find those. My wife's 96. She has those lights. 96, they were considered a cornering light. They only come on like a Cadillac when you hit the blinker. Then that light would come on whatever side you had the blinker on, so it light up the ground. Well, 98, they changed it where when you cut on the headlights, that should be on. So when you're looking at it, you got the headlight and you got the lights both turning, because more people can see you, the better. Well, it's a long video, but somebody's wanting to see what a bike was. They said they hadn't seen one in years, a Goldwing in years, and they've changed quite a bit. And if anybody will tell you, most Goldwing folks will tell you, if you could put fuel injection on this 1998 like you do the newer motorcycles, this would be the king of Honda motorcycles. Probably touring motorcycles. I won't compete with you Sportsters, crotch rockets and stuff, but touring motorcycles, that's probably the best motorcycle out there. The only thing I can complain about it, carburetors. Anybody that knows about carburetors knows what happened to them. Well, this is a Friday. Everybody please have a good and safe weekend. And I hope my boredom this morning has kept y'all entertained. If you like this, tell your friends. If you don't, tell everybody. Have a good weekend.